He was the teenage prodigy plucked from Nottingham's toughest streets in a record £2 million deal. Jermaine Pennant's rise was only the start. For every new chance in football, a fresh disruption followed. Loan after loan, warning after warning, the same cycle playing on repeat. Talent opened doors that chaos always closed. But in a world that forgives once, then twice, what happens when second chances finally run out? In the Meadows, Nottingham, Jermaine Pennant's childhood was shaped by more than just football. As the eldest of four, he carried responsibilities that most kids never faced, helping raise his siblings, navigating poverty, and learning to fend for himself on streets where trouble was never far away. His mother died when he was 3, leaving a gap that football tried to fill. The ball became his escape, a constant companion in a place where gangs and crime were part of daily life. Friends and neighbors recognized his speed and skill early on, but also understood the risks around him. Local youth coach Malcolm Poucher at Notts County spotted Pennant's raw athleticism and confidence, but also saw the danger of wasted talent. To keep him away from the estate's temptations, the club arranged for him to live in protective digs at just 14, even though home was only a few minutes away. Pennant went to school from there, but he struggled with reading and writing, a secret that followed him into his teens. The hunger to break out, to make something of himself, was fueled by the pressures of his environment. Opportunity became a lifeline, but it came with the weight of needing to succeed for more than just himself. At just 15, Jermaine Pennant's world changed overnight. Arsenal, one of the giants of English football, paid a record £2 million to sign him from Notts County, a staggering sum for a teenager. The move placed Pennant in the orbit of Arsene Wenger, a manager known for nurturing young talent and demanding the highest standards. On November 30th, 1999, Pennant made his first team debut in the League Cup, becoming Arsenal's youngest ever player at 16 years and 319 days old. The headlines called him a prodigy, and the club's faith seemed boundless. Behind the scenes, the reality was more complicated. Arsenal's squad overflowed with international stars: Thierry Henry, Robert Pires, Freddie Ljungberg. Breaking through meant competing with some of the best in Europe, and minutes on the pitch were rare. Pennant's raw pace and confidence caught the eye in training, but patience was essential. The promise of greatness came with the pressure to justify the investment. As weeks turned into months, the gap between expectation and opportunity grew. The club's solution was to send him out on loan, hoping experience elsewhere would ready him for the demands of the elite. For Pennant, the prestige of Arsenal was clear, but so was the challenge of turning potential into a lasting place among the game's best. On the night of January 23, 2005, Jermaine Pennant's career collided with a different kind of headline. Behind the wheel of a Mercedes, he crashed into a lamppost in Aylesbury while driving under a 16-month ban. The police breathalyzed him at nearly 3 times the legal limit. In the holding cell, he gave a false name, Ashley Cole, hoping to dodge the fallout. The truth caught up quickly. By March, Birmingham magistrates handed down a 90-day prison sentence. He served 30 days before parole, stepping back onto the training ground with an electronic tag strapped to his ankle. 2 weeks later, the tag was visible beneath his blue Birmingham City shorts as he faced Tottenham. The cameras zoomed in, the tabloids circled, and Pennant's off-field life was no longer private. The image of a Premier League footballer playing under electronic monitoring became a symbol, raw talent on display, but trust under review. Clubs began to weigh his ability against the risk, and every new contract came with questions about reliability. Redemption would have to be earned, not assumed. Jermaine Pennant's arrival at Liverpool in 2006 came with a price tag of £6.7 million and the promise of a fresh start on English football's biggest stages. Under Rafa Benitez, he found belief and responsibility. He started in the Champions League final against AC Milan in Athens in May 2007. For 90 minutes, Pennant's pace and delivery put him at the heart of a European showpiece watched by millions. That night, his skill and work rate drew praise, a reminder of the talent that had once made him the country's most expensive teenager. But the momentum did not last. By September, a red card against Porto in the Champions League group stage signaled trouble. Benitez, once an advocate, began to question Pennant's reliability. Soon, his role faded. The next chapters played out across shifting backdrops: Portsmouth, then Stoke City, where he reached the 2011 FA Cup final, but never quite settled. Contracts grew shorter. Spells followed in India with Pune City, then in Singapore at Tampines Rovers. The journey had become a series of brief stops, each one a little further from the game's highest level. By 2017, Pennant's career closed quietly at non-league Billericay Town, far from the spotlight of Athens. The pattern was clear. Talent opened doors, but opportunity grew harder to keep when trust could not be sustained. In football, trust is currency, and it runs out fast. Today, clubs invest in reliability as much as raw skill. Talent dazzles, but consistency secures futures. Consequences never miss a match.